Good afternoon, everyone. Robin here, Golinski with Dr. Dennis Becker
Good
for
afternoon.
another episode of Outwitting the Manipulator. Today, we're going to talk about how you, as an individual, learning the skills of non-compliance with the manipulator, can actually not only model for others, but create a ripple effect throughout society in which we no longer reward manipulation as a whole. Right now, we're living in a society that I would argue over rewards manipulation because many people do not fear the backlash. Their fear of the backlash is so great that they comply. And when they comply, it escalates. Isn't that right, Dr. Becker?
Absolutely right. And it's the idea of rewarding manipulation in our society is absolutely accurate. So we're going to cover that today too as well. So good introduction, Robin. Thank you.
And we see it everywhere. We see it in families and we see it in the workplace, in both places.
Mhm.
And it's really up to you as an individual. I mean, you owe it to yourself, really, because the cost, and we've done episodes on the cost of it, the cost of not holding your own, protecting yourself from manipulation, will mean a slow erosion of your sense of self, will be a robbing of your own belief in yourself. Nothing is worse than that. So I think they're a gift in a way, Dennis. I mean, I'll be so bold as to say that this, whatever it is, 7 to 10% of our society are people who we'd classify as manipulators, are actually the only way you can really learn how to advocate for yourself and set boundaries. So if you look at them as an opportunity to strengthen yourself, well, it's much better than the alternative of looking at yourself like a helpless victim. So,
Yeah, a helpless target and becoming a victim. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and the idea that you and I have, and for our listeners out there that if you've heard us for a while, you know that the idea that we have in coming to you in these podcasts is to help you with all of that, to give you not only help, but I'm going to be more direct, but to give you specific communication techniques that you can use to protect yourself as it's happening to you, not afterwards, but as it's happening in the moment, to spot it, to see it. Oh, yeah, I learned about this one. Aha, and give you something to do to protect yourself. But as Robin said, it's often, don't look at it as so terrible. It's often a good way to learn about your SELF self, a good way to learn about what you will tolerate, what you are willing to be compliant with. So we're going to talk about all of that today, and of course how that may be rewarding in society. We'll talk about that too.
yes. Okay. So, if I want to just say also, our course is up and available for you to purchase and use. It's an online virtual demand course. You can find it at manipulator.help. That's all you have to do is go to manipulator.help and you'll land right on that page. So let's get on with it, Dennis. Really, the sticky point for people is the fear of backlash. Really, the fear, not being able to manage the fear,
Mm.
face your fear, is what I find the biggest hurdle. Because we can teach all the skills in the world. We can practice with people. We can give them scripts. We can illustrate the signs of manipulate. We can do all of that. But when push comes to shove, if they can't face the fear of the backlash, the fear of public humiliation, the fear of conflict, if you can't face your fear, you won't act.
Yeah, I agree with that, but you hear the hesitation in my voice
That's
because
okay. I love it when you disagree because I love to argue.
it's I know you do it, not necessarily disagreeing, but I want to be sure that that's not a hard and fast thing that you just said. That's the only way, the only thing that can happen. The fact is that that being aware and being able to defend yourself in some cases can be very strengthening, and can prepare you even to be prepared and accept the backlash, to look forward to it in a way. I know that sounds strange, but to look forward to it because you know what to do. You're not afraid of the backlash. The fear of
That's a good
backlash,
point.
I get the fear of backlash. We all have that in many
Well,
cases.
and Dennis, that's exactly what we try to do, right? Is
Yeah,
strengthen the mindset of the person
right.
through the coaching clients that we have through real
Yes.
play and practice,
Yeah.
strengthen you to the point where you're eager to try it out.
And even
And
if you get backlash, you feel
even
comfortable.
though,
Yeah, yeah,
but you start to have the mindset, which we
yeah.
want you to have, the mindset that backlash is success.
Yes, exactly.
That
Exactly right.
means it's escalating because you set a boundary. They don't like that.
Mm,
They
mm.
don't like that.
No, but I think you made a very good point, though, Robin, with that, that the fear of backlash in the strongest person can make you at least reticent to be prepared. You're worried, is it going to work? Is this okay? But the point is, you never have to feel that you can't defend yourself, that there's nothing you can do, no matter how strong that person is, no matter how dominant and how aggressive they can be. If you know the things that we're teaching you, if you know how to protect yourself, they won't go away. It's not going to make it stop altogether, but you will feel stronger because you can protect yourself both in that moment and in preparing for the future and in preparing for the backlash that's going to happen. You're not going to get rid of these people necessarily. It's
Let's
very,
go to
very
the
difficult.
let's go to the flip side of that.
Yeah.
And those who are listening will hopefully resonate with this and understand that this rings true. When you don't advocate for yourself,
Mm,
when you don't speak up, when you allow someone to disrespect you, verbally abuse you, take advantage of you, get you to commit to something you don't want to do, there's an infinite list.
mm,
You feel very badly about it for
mhm,
24 hours a day when you leave that situation. This occupies real estate in your brain.
mhm,
It's almost like a battle for your brain.
mhm,
And you're thinking about it, it's weighing on you, you're kicking yourself, you're frustrated with yourself, you're telling yourself you shoulda, coulda, woulda done
mhm.
this, and next time you'll do that, but it's too late, and now you're
Yeah.
stuck and you have to do it, and this is all you're thinking about.
Mhm,
That's the cost, but the bigger cost is feeling weak,
mhm, mhm.
feeling like, or even worse, I can't trust myself
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
take care of myself.
Hmm. Hmm.
That is a very, very sad situation.
And you know something? Manipulators can sense that in you.
Yeah.
They can tell when you are not confident. Even if you know the appropriate technique to use, like we're teaching you, you know
We
what
should,
to say, you know what to do. If you do it in such a way, or you don't do it in such a way that conveys that commitment, that confidence, they will sense that. They're very smart, these people. They're looking for ways to get inside and to penetrate your sense of confidence and all of that. So you got to,
let's talk about some of the tells,
okay,
the
go ahead.
non-confident tells,
Okay.
because there is an infinite list.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right, Dennis. They are analyzing, strategizing, calculating. This can be the hardest thing for somebody who doesn't do that to accept
Hmm.
that that is the way they are looking at you.
Hmm.
So the tells, not making eye contact,
Yeah.
fluttering your eyelids, looking
Yeah.
around,
Yeah.
using hesitation in your speech,
Yeah.
literally backing up on your back heel,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Yeah.
shoulders, there's nonverbal and verbal, right? There's
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
shoulders slumping down, um, get pleading, begging,
Language.
apologizing,
Yep.
over
Yep.
explaining,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
um, rationalize, trying to use logic with them. This is when you forgot the game altogether.
Let's touch on one of those very, very specific things that we taught in one of our earlier podcasts. It's in our book and all, and it's in the training course for sure. Remember the word, folks? Do you remember the word inflection? We talked about that. This is definitely a tell. Inflection is what you do with your voice at the end of a thought. Sometimes it happens in the middle. But inflection only goes three ways. It either goes straight, it goes up, or it goes down. Straight inflection is a sort of a statement of fact. Today is a rainy day. Down inflection means you don't want to talk about it anymore. Today is a rainy day. Done. Up inflection means you're uncertain, you're insecure. Today's a rainy day. That kind of inflection definitely is a tell. It
It's
doesn't
a
sound
neon
strong.
welcome sign.
Oh, yeah.
Manipulate me
Yeah.
now. I'm uncertain of everything.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But it's so subtle. All of these things are so subtle, Robin. That's what we're telling you, folks, that these are very subtle and mostly unconscious, mostly subconscious. You're not even sure. You don't even know where you're doing them because they become so much a practice. And you may be only behaving that way with that individual. They may have groomed you, trained you how to react to them in their presence. This is why we're knocking on your brain a little
Uh,
bit and
I want to
helping you
give a
with that.
shameless plug for us because we don't do enough of it on our podcast. This is where communication coaching differs from therapy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
therapy is valuable. Many people
Yeah.
benefit from
Sure.
it, and we definitely recommend it. We are not therapists. But what they don't necessarily do is delve into the nuances of the actual communication, the word
Yeah.
choice, the delivery style, the nonverbal communication. That's
Hmm.
all we do. And when
Hmm.
push comes to shove in the moment, that's all that matters with a manipulator.
Hmm.
It's as if you were going to go to a wrestling meet and nobody ever told you anything.
Oh boy.
You're just put on the mat in your little skimpy leotard, those stupid looking things, and they plop that stupid hat on you to cover your ears. And they say, okay, you're gonna wrestle now. You don't know the rules, you don't know
Oh,
the objective. Next thing you know, you're pinned,
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
begging for your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what communication is like with a manipulator.
Hmm. And they're very smart. They're very good at it.
You won't even
However,
see it coming.
however
You'll
good
just be
you,
belly up.
yeah, you may think you're pretty good at it in some settings and so forth. However good you are, believe me, they are really very good at it. And it seems
Well, this is all
so,
they do.
so
All
subtle.
they do.
Like, no, that's not. They're just being normal, just being themselves. Yeah, don't agree to that. Don't believe it. Believe me, this may sound strange and overdone, but we're telling you the absolute truth, folks. They actually practice these things. They
Constantly.
practice facial expression, eye contact, inflection, all those things that we're talking. They actually practice it. They think about it ahead of time, sometimes weeks, months ahead of time.
They
And we're
don't just practice though, but they also do all the reconnaissance on you.
on you. Yeah, yeah,
They're watching
yeah,
your
yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if you were a naive 23-year-old like I was, and this um, handsome, charismatic 37-year-old comes along, you can
Hmm.
easily confuse that for true love.
Oh, yeah.
I am so important. He
Oh,
cares about everything I say and do.
yeah.
He watches me, he assesses me, he knows everything.
Hmm.
That must be love, right?
Yeah.
Mm,
Well, not so
yeah.
much.
Hell
Yeah.
no.
No, they're
It's
very,
not.
very good at this. And I know you may know a manipulator in your life who you think of as being, and maybe in other parts of their lives, very good people, very helpful to others, all of that stuff. It may seem that way, and it may be, but when it comes to you, if you have an uncomfortable feeling, it doesn't seem something quite right, you may be the target of their manipulation. So be cautious. That's what we're saying to you at this point. That's what we're saying to you. Be very cautious. And we've said before, there are three things in particular that we want you to do to ensure your safety. Number one, be curious. Be curious about that kind of behavior. You don't see that everywhere. They seem to be different with you. Be curious about that. Number two, have the courage to talk about it with that person, to think about it in your own mind, to wonder, should I say something? Have the courage to speak up. And three, have the courage to ask questions. Ask them questions about what they're talking about for clarification, whatever, whatever. It, And if you do it in the right way, which is why we're here, if you do it in the right way, they will not be able to use that against you. You will learn how to ask the questions, certain language, certain inflection. All of that is what we're here for, and that's what this course. When Robin mentioned this new training course that we're doing, you'll see it's on video, so it's enjoyable. We demonstrate all. Anyway, I want you to be careful about all of those things because these people are smart.
Okay. Let's go back to the whole objective of this podcast was to bring your awareness to the motivation of your why. Why should you become non-compliant? Why should you learn self-protective skills? Why? Because it's not easy. It can be uncomfortable. And you may feel like you may be in the cushy period of the manipulator where they can make you feel like they're going to solve all your problems for you.
Sure.
They're going to make your life better.
Oh
So
yeah.
you may be in that honeymoon phase.
Hmm.
Even though you're in the honeymoon phase, you may have had some little moments where you had a red flag, a little red flag here, a little red flag there, where you said, huh,
Hmm.
their mask fell, where they
Hmm.
showed you their insecurity or their
Hmm.
jealousy or their
Hmm.
possessiveness or their competitiveness or
Hmm.
their win-lose mindset, where they
Hmm.
grumbled and complained because you talked to somebody too much and
Hmm.
ignored them. Something
Hmm.
like that. And they throw it into the conversation and you go, wow, that doesn't align with the confident person
Hmm.
that I
Hmm.
thought they were.
Hmm.
You can't ignore those things. I mean, you
Hmm.
can, but what we really want you to know with this episode is the cost, not just the cost to you personally. It's like taking a poison. It's like eroding your. I know a woman who's been in a marriage for almost 40 years who is so deep in it, she cannot fathom how to get away.
Hmm.
And frankly, at this stage, her safety may be at risk. Um,
Okay, let me stop you for a second. Now, 40 years, my goodness, I'm sure some of our listeners are saying, oh, well, something's really wrong with her. 40 years, you didn't notice it. Isn't it true, Robin? And maybe in this case, I'm asking you if it's true for this woman, maybe you know or not.
Sorry,
Is
guys,
this
I have
is
a
this
cold.
someone you're coach? Is this someone you're coaching, by the way?
I don't want to say it's
Okay,
just
all right. Well, never
someone,
mind, never mind. I'm sorry to ask that question.
yeah, because
And this is often the case. 40 years. How long does it? What's going on? What's wrong with her? It may have been, as Robin was saying, in the beginning, everything's hunky dory. It's very friendly. There's love bombing going on. Who knows? A good manipulator, even after 38 years, will do something nice for you. Will do something good. Will say something that sounds wonderful. Doesn't sound nasty, doesn't sound unpleasant, doesn't sound manipulative, but sounds good. And you may actually feel good as a result of it. And it may have been done to you to produce a good feeling. Listen, be cautious. Like they say about truth and lying. All good lying contains some truth in it. So you want to be careful that these manipulators aren't always doing nasty things. Sometimes it actually feels good. That's part of the setup. It's
right. Well, so that it's
part of what
very
they're doing.
insidious, and that
Yeah,
is
yeah,
why we can
yeah,
devote this kind of time to it. It
yeah,
is not obvious.
yeah. Correct.
It's
Right.
subtle, but we want to wake you up. We want to wake all of you up because this manipulation isn't just interpersonal relationships. It's also done by advertising. It's
Oh
also
yeah,
done by the government. It's also
absolutely.
done by the insurance agents, the
Oh yeah.
insurance industry. It's also
Oh
done
yeah.
by the
Yeah.
pharmaceutical industry.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
done, you are bombarded with, it's
Yeah.
done Instagram reels.
Oh,
Hello?
oh
How
boy.
many things have told you take this supplement, you're going to lose weight, you're going to look great?
Oh.
It's you can't even go in a public bathroom without shutting the stall door and having to stare at a poster that's telling you something.
Mm,
There, and it's getting worse.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
getting worse, and everybody's squawking about AI, but the real strengthener, the real thing that's going to help you is waking up your God-given gift of what Dennis said, curiosity combined with courage to
Hmm.
question
Hmm.
everything,
Hmm.
everything. Never, ever feel embarrassed or shy or
Hmm.
intimidated
Hmm.
or whatever, fill in a negative word about
Hmm.
asking questions.
And that's hard. That's
You
hard.
have a right to
Robin is
ask.
so it's so right what Robin is saying, but we realize it can be hard because your personality may not be very assertive. You don't like to ask questions. You don't like to feel like you're interrupting. You don't like to feel like you're being nasty. Your personality, maybe their style is so aggressive you don't get a chance to get in. It could be a lot of different things that prevent you from be asking questions, even being curious or having the courage, because it may be inundating to you. We know, we know.
Think about anything worth having in life, anything at all that you value, any happy memory you have. Probably it was hard. Something was hard that got you there. Why? Because the harder the effort, the sweeter the victory,
Yeah,
the sweeter the
rightfully.
accomplishment. And that goes for building competence too.
Yeah.
Whether it's, learning how to juggle or developing a communication skill.
Mhm.
Think about, put it in terms of learning a foreign language.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, oh,
very hard learning a second language. But once you learn a second language, it opens up a whole
sure.
new world
Yeah.
that was existing
Right.
right alongside you, but you didn't know anything about.
Hmm.
But now that you know the language, you start to understand the mindset of the culture. You start
Hmm. Hmm.
understanding the people better. So really, it has to do with, I feel, and Dennis, I feel like I'm moving on to another topic, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think our society has lost its love of learning. I think that what has happened, and I've never said this before, it just occurred to me, what has happened with this whole push for in schools of push, 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 and caring more about accomplishment and test scores than they have about character development, and just people being very competitive and wanting their children to outperform other children or whatever. We got all swept up in this competitive mindset, especially in the
Okay,
United
this
States.
is another topic. You're
I
you're
know it is,
absolutely
but
right.
I'm going to
It
finish my
is. Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
See, ladies, this is how you do it. You don't let them mow you down. You got something to say, you just continue it.
Okay, related, dear. Related.
I will, but I do like when I get these epiphanies. Um, so loving to learn, remembering that is fun and not being afraid to make mistakes will
Okay.
help I'm not done yet, will help give you the courage to do some of these things that are more difficult. And
Okay.
also, we talk about backlash being a sign of success. That's a really hard thing to swallow.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
want to say, in addition to that, not only is the sign of backlash a success of that you're using self-protection skills, when they come escalate.
Yeah.
What I want to tell you, the sweet victory is when you pop through, is the other benefit is the way you will feel about yourself is so different. So
Oh, yeah.
you will feel stronger
Yeah.
and it will be internalized, and then
Yeah.
it gets easier
Hmm.
and easier if you keep your foot on the gas pedal and
Yeah.
keep
No, it's a
doing
good
it.
Okay, I accept this point this
Oh
way,
my
Robin.
goodness,
I
now
hear
he
you.
accepts my point.
But I
Okay.
hear you saying that uh, let's approach this from the perspective of learning, not self-protection for a minute. That, of course, is what we're really concerned with. We want to protect you. But protection can often come from learning, as you're saying. Once you learn something, you feel a lot more, not only protected, but you feel a lot more accomplished. You feel a lot more confident because you have
Yes.
developed a competence in the particular thing that's been bothering you. So, from that perspective, I agree with you that society doesn't as good a job as helping you
It,
learn how to be protective as it does as attacking you for not being protected. I get that now.
or failing or not being perfect.
Yeah,
We deal with adults. It's worse with adults. Children, I've got a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old granddaughter. They love to learn new
yeah,
things.
yeah, sure.
If they mess up, they could care less. And everybody knows that because
Yeah,
everybody was a child.
yes, right. right, right.
But when it comes to adult learning, we need to get back to that trial and error. Do it anyway.
Yeah,
It's not going to be perfect. You may mess up. It doesn't matter. You're
yeah,
still in a
yeah,
forward motion
yeah.
because you tried it.
And the trying it is really important. What to try. Now, Robin and I wrote this book, and we identified the 24 most popular tactics. We give you techniques for deal with it, tell you what to do with words and what facial, all of that stuff, with facial expression, all of that. Okay, now, even though you have that and that's available to you to learn, if you do it and it doesn't seem to work, do it again.
Yeah.
Do it again. Now, this is particular to
And you can evaluate why you think it didn't work.
Yeah, you can. But the point I'm making is that this is particular to manipulators. They will eventually, believe it or not, now I know we've said this before, they will eventually go away from you, leave you alone. They may not change, but they will leave you alone. Why? Because your persistence, the courage that you have to persist, to do it again, to say something again, to challenge them again. They get tired of that. They want somebody who's easy to manipulate. They do it, they say it, they get a reward for it. They do it again, another reward. The more you stipulate by your courage, asking them questions, giving them the kind of concerns and responses that we've taught you, the more you do this, the less they will like you. Now, in some cases, that's more challenging for them because it's
Let me add something
engaging.
to that, Dennis.
Yeah, that's right.
They will not like you.
That's
You
right.
have to be okay with that, but they will
Yeah,
respect you. And let me
yeah,
tell you, if you
yeah.
have to choose between being respected and liked by a
Oh,
manipulator,
easy.
it better be
Yeah,
respected
yeah,
because if
right.
you're liked by a manipulator,
Oh
you're
boy.
kind of doomed.
Oh boy.
You know, it's
Yeah,
not good because you know who
yeah,
they like? Well, they actually don't. Because when you think about it, Dennis,
yeah.
the more
No,
compliant you are, the more they hold
the-
you in
yeah,
contempt.
the less they like you. That's right. You're an easy target, and they like that.
But they also
But
aren't going to like you when you're non-compliant.
yeah,
So whether
see,
you're compliant or
you
compliant,
can't win with these people.
they don't like themselves.
You
So
can't
you're
win. That, that's right. That's why we've said to you before, you can't win. UCW. Robin and I say that all the time.
YCW.
UCW,
YCW.
YCW,
But
YCW, it stands
it
for
doesn't
you.
matter. You
Yeah.
can win,
Okay.
but the
They play
journey
the
to
game. They play that game, but we're
they
telling you,
set you
you
up so you
can
can.
win.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
can win. And these are the things that we're giving you that are the tools, the techniques that you can use to win. And win's one way to say it. We're using the words protect. We want you to protect yourself against these kind of attacks that you're getting from manipulators. The things that we're teaching you, that's how you do it.
It-
Actually, that's why we put this course together, this training course. It's something new that we've done. It's fun. It's a lot like these podcasts, but they're more of a training modules. And we approach them the same way, and we're very specific about them. Anyway, we'll talk about that again a little bit later. Okay,
no, I mean, no, we're
Ro-
gonna, yeah.
Robin, we have to wrap up. The little clock on the wall is telling us it's time to go. So, what's the last thing you want to say about this?
Less is more. Don't
Ooh,
talk too much with a manipulator. Always be succinct. The
yeah,
more you talk, the more ammo that you give them.
yeah,
This has come up as a constant theme with all the people I'm coaching.
yeah.
It's the hardest thing.
Yeah. It's so true. We've talked about that in other podcasts. You want to be able to come back and you have a lot of things to say and you know they're
Yeah.
wrong and you want to correct them and all of that. No, less is more. The more you give them, the more it's fodder for their figuring
You're
out how to get at you. Less is more. Good idea, Robin. Good things. Good way to sum this up. So thank you
otherwise,
all.
yeah, it's a good episode, Dennis. Thanks
Yep.
for sorry, I have a cold about to sneeze. You'll have to wrap it up.
Okay. All right. This is sneezing. This is a program of nothing to sneeze at, and she doesn't mean it that way. But we want to thank you for being with us at this time. And as I was beginning to say, the old clock on the wall tells us we have to move along right now. But be with us again next time when we'll bring up another subject about manipulation that is we're designed here to help you with, to protect yourself as it's happening. That's something important that we always want to reinforce. It's not just afterwards when you think about it, it's as it's happening between you and that other person, what to do, what to say, how to look, all of that is what we're teaching you. So be with us again next time when we have the opportunity to explore more of this. And until that time, I'm Dr. Dennis Becker. She is Robin Golinski. Thanks for being with us. Bye for now.